Hello everybody, Aaron J's fan here, man, or Aaron Entertainment. Aaron J's fans, my Twitter handle down below. And yeah, this is not one of my classic episode streams. Not all about wrestling, pop culture, or sports shows. It's just stuff I just felt like doing because I haven't been doing those shows. The wrestling show I haven't done, but I did make a video that night. I didn't do my pop culture show because I was watching afternoon baseball yesterday. But sports will happen tomorrow in the afternoon. I promise you that. I'll set it up later. But yeah, this topic is guys, is Marvel and DC movies, video games, TV shows, one's coming out, been announced, what projects you like to see and in video games. And I know the thumbnail is Marvel and DC on it, but perhaps other comic book companies out there. So for example, we got Invincible, Jupiter's Legacy, not properties of DC and Marvel. They're actually properties of Image Comics. We'll talk about Image Comics properties that you want to see being possibly in a movie, TV show, or video games. Dynamite Entertainment, creator of Green Hornet, Vampirella, IDW is it called? The other one. So we'll get to Independence also. I want to see if people are willing to come on. Let me invite some people if they want to come on. But yeah. Here. Ah. Give me a few minutes. Then I'll get my headset out. Just a minute, guys. There we go. So let me get my headset down below here before I send the link. There we go. If they want to join, I'll see them on my screen. Hello, Truth. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. So I am expecting some people. I invited them, so that's why I have my headset out. Hello. Thank you. And yeah, I know. I say this once again. Yes, the thumbnail is DC and Marvel, but we're gonna add in other comic book companies because there's other comic book companies that out there, guys. They're on the independents. But let's first talk about the main two ones. And if I have people coming on, I sent links to some people. If they want to, if they come on, they're allowed to come on. Thank you for me. Love back, man. Hope you're. I hope your country is safe. We got something better, and yeah, so DC. So we know the DC latest, right? We're having the Flash is being filmed, Black Adam's being filmed. We know the Batman has been wrapped up. That's coming out. You know, Suicide Squad is coming out in August, directed by James Gunn. Peacemaker has been done. Apparently, there's interest in season 2 already, even though we all know the success of season 1. An Hour Man TV show or a movie probably in production. Santana maybe. We knew New Gods and The Trench have been officially cancelled. We know there's going to be a new Superman, African American Superman. Apparently it's going to be Clark Kent. A standalone film, not part of the DCEU. That's got a lot of people talking. Not because he's an African American Clark Kent, it's because of Henry Cavill and the day they announced on his birthday, which is pretty petty, but businesses don't care about that. And Warner doesn't care. What else is? I know that Superman and Lois is coming back this week after a hiatus on CW, but I haven't been watching the CW shows since the first few episodes of the season of Flash, and I haven't really been watching Supergirl and Batwoman, and I have watched the Superman and Lois the first 5 episodes. Tuesday has just been a busy day for me now. But yeah, so let's talk about these films, and I'm gonna talk about the films films DC, and if there's any characters that you want to see from have movies made, you can even put the Snyder stuff in there if you want. But like, let's have it open, like stuff more like any other characters like not been mentioned, like for example Booster Gold. Do you want a Booster Gold movie? Something like that. Has never been talked about, never been discussed. I mean, a Blue Beetle. Okay, so. Okay, thank you. Good example, Sergeant Walk. Thank you. You would like to see that? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and the Lanterns, right? The Lantern Corps are having their TV show on HBO Max. And I just saw the waiting car Lantern photo that Zack Snyder posted. Really, really good. Really, really good. So, Unknown Soldier, so, yeah. So, Flash is being filmed right now. We have no idea who the villain is. We know it's Flashpoint. We have really no idea who the villain is. It's probably Reverse Flash. Like in Flashpoint. I don't know I don't know who's gonna be playing Reverse Flash. There's not very hard evidence on who. You know, Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman is in it. I wonder if the Rogues are gonna be in it. I don't think it's gonna be Flashpoint like the comic book series where we have the Atlantean War versus the Amazons, you know, Arthur versus Queen Diana. I don't think it's going to be like that. And then the other side stories, it's going to be more of a story revolving around the Flash and Batman and presume, because they would need Aquaman Diana, and they really a different version of Superman, not a Henry Cavill Superman, because the Superman Flashpoint is a very different version of Henry Cavill Superman, and that's why they're having Supergirl. I think Supergirl, and if Supergirl wasn't really a future character in the Flashpoint, but they're gonna. It sounds like they're gonna make her a major character in Flashpoint, and it sounds like in the DCU they're gonna from what people are saying, she's gonna replace Henry Cavill as the main Kryptonian hero. But I don't like that. I have no problem with her. But I would like to see do something for Henry Cavill. Don't if okay, that Superman, J.J. Abrams Superman is a different separate universe or a separate standalone film like the Batman and the Joker. Fine, but you can have two Supermans. Are you going to confuse the audience? You may confuse the casual audiences. See, the thing is, that's the thing with DC. They have separate universes, standalone film universes. And then you have the DCU, where Marvel basically just has Marvel, the MCU, and Spider-Man belongs to Sony, but they have a deal with the MCU, and technically, Tom Holland's Spider-Man works is really technically part of the MCU. Let's get that out of the way. It's part of the MCU. And sure, maybe they could find a way to work that into Venom. I don't know. I think Andrew Garfield's Venom, Spider-Man tone, the tone of his films fit better with Venom, because those Amazing Spider-Man, I think those are more of a serious, darker takes on Spider-Man and Peter Parker than the Tom Holland and the Tobey Maguire one. But Warner Brothers doesn't do that. Yeah, and we're in a. And I don't know if Flash is going to be set to DCU. I don't know. Because it's clearly that shitty Justice League movie. They built up Steppenwolf like the main villain because they really mentioned they mentioned Darkseid like once, and that's it. And Steppenwolf in that movie said "mother" like 1,000 times. And if you just join me, I'm not talking about Snyder's Justice League there. I'm talking about the DCU, the Warner Brothers Justice League, the shitty one, the Justice League. And I'm talking about Steppenwolf. And it feels like they're not building up this Darkseid in that one. It's like, it feels like, oh, we're done with Darkseid. Where Marvel, they built up the Thanos. Yeah, it took them like 10 years. But almost every single movie worked. That in the phases kind of worked. And then you got Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn. And I think it's a one-time thing. We pretty sure know that Starro is the main villain. Starro, big giant alien starfish. You see them in the trailer a little bit. Starro has mind control power. So when you see the trailer, you obviously see another trailer. You see Suicide Squad get involved in a war, right, between two opposing governments, militias, whatever you want to call them. But I think Starro's controlling both sides, because he does have mind control powers. Yeah, it's kind of Starro's kind of a corny villain if you think about it, but very powerful. Because if you have mind control, you can be very powerful. And Margot Robbie wants a movie with Poison Ivy in it, with her Harley Quinn. And then what else? You got Peacemaker. I really don't much know about Peacemaker at all. I just know, as a wrestling fan, John Cena's Peacemaker. I really don't know. I guess we'll learn about him more in the Suicide Squad movie. Some bits of him in the Suicide movie. And his show. But you know what? So John Cena has gone much better at acting now, and you know what? He could pull this off. I think he could pull this off. I think people are saying, "Well, we don't want a Peacemaker show." I'm gonna tell you something. I think people are saying that are gonna regret it. I'm just telling you from now. You're gonna regret it because I think Peacemaker show is gonna be a hit. And then what other movies? The Batman. Yeah, well, Robert Patterson. I think this is the movie I'm looking. Well, this is wait DC. Batman is one of the movies I'm looking forward to the most. I'm a Batman fan. I know Robert Pattinson is a different Batman and Ben Affleck. Oh, they're all different. We know the Riddler is in it, a more serious take of the Riddler. And we know Oz will come up the Penguin's in it. We don't know what role he has. I don't think he's like a main villain. He might be a side villain or something who operates. Maybe have the Iceberg Lounge and operates black markets arms dealer underneath, like in the black market or something. Maybe there'll be other villains in there. Not exactly their villain names, but maybe like the actual names. And there's speculation of Harvey Dent. Two-Face might be in some role. We know John Turturro is Carmine Falcone, and that's a big reveal because the Falcones do get involved in the origins of Two-Face, along with Salvatore Maroni. Long Halloween. The Falcones and Maronis have a rivalry with each other, and unfortunately Harvey Dent becomes a victim of it, right? And becomes, Two-Face. Gets involved. Maybe from what Matt Reeves wants to do like a Long Halloween trilogy. I have no problem with that, and I know he wants a Joker in his vision of the Batman series. I think we'll definitely get a Joker, and yeah, you're gonna say, oh, another Joker. We got Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, yeah, Jared Leto, Jack Nicholson. But you know what? It's Batman. You're gonna have the Joker, and there's speculation, not confirmed. I don't believe this, and I don't think it's a good idea. Joaquin Phoenix Joker is in the Batman universe, or in the same universe. I don't know, man. From the Hollywood article, it sounded like it a bit. It sounded like also that the Superman, J.J. Abrams is gonna get help produce. Might be in the same universe too. I don't know. It wasn't clear cut on that. I don't know. Like, tell me in the comments. Like, do you want the Joker, Phoenix's Joker, to be in the same universe as Batman, or no? Because I feel like that Joker, when Robert Pattinson's Batman is, by the time he's Batman, that Joker would be like 60, 70 years old. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it fits. But I do think they need a darker tone Joker for the Batman's universe, because I think it's going to be 3 movies. You got the Joker. I would like to see some villains that never been on the big screen in the Batman universe. Although I can think of Clayface. And Black Mask, I guess, doesn't count anymore, but Clayface and Victor's ass doesn't count. Clayface, Ventriloquist, Hush could be huge because she can manipulate Batman in a relationship with Bruce Wayne. Who else is there? Firefly, Killer Moth, I guess, but I don't see them as main villains. I see them more as henchmen. Oh, there's Deadshot's already been in the DCU, already been in a movie. Deadshot could use his own show. Him and Deathstroke could use their own show. How about... Oh, I'm going to get to this later. Deadshot. What other villains? I'm trying to think from the Arkham Asylum games. Professor Pig? Maybe? Yeah. Calendar Man? If it's going Long Halloween, why not Calendar Man? In some role. He won't be a main villain, but he could be like... Who else? I'll be right back. Now I'm back. Calendar Man. I said Calendar Man, right? Who else is there? Who else is there they can use? Maybe a Bane again? Killer Croc. Oh. Killer Croc. Yeah, you heard me when I mentioned that name because I think he's one of the worst characters they use in Suicide Squad. That was not Killer Croc. I don't care. To me, that's not Killer Croc. That 2016 version of Suicide Squad, that's not Killer Croc. Well, no, I'm not gonna say White Rabbit. But there's a lot of villains. Maybe, yeah, they could do. We do Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and you know what? Speaking of solo movies, they do the Joker. I was thinking, what other villains in the Batman lore, Rogue Gallery, they could do for a solo movie? Riddler, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. They could do a lot of villains. Origin stories. Hush they could use. I think they could do Hush. And they could use Hush because Hush is one of those characters I feel that has been used wrongly in the media. On media platforms like on Batwoman. I hate how they use Hush on Batwoman. No problem with Gotham. He's a kid in Gotham. I hate the Batman Hush animated movie. I hate how they did that. It's been poorly used. In the video games he's fine. In the comics he's fine. I'll give him that. That's fine. But if I want him on the big screen, they better use him right. Because if they don't, or in a TV show, if they don't, I'll be pissed off. And I think he'd be a formidable opponent for Bruce Wayne, Batman, Robert Pattinson. Because a lot of things here. Smart, intelligent. He's very intelligent. Calculated. Knows how to fight. Tolerance of pain he could tolerate so much pain. I mean, this guy performed plastic surgery on his own face. He opened up his own chest to get something out of his heart that the Joker placed in him that explodes. It could kill him. His pain threshold is so freaking high. And the relationship between him and Bruce Wayne. They're both kids, best friends, and then turn bitter enemies. They could use that. They could play up that. They could play up more personal stuff for Bruce Wayne. And I know they want to be more of a detective story, right? They want to be more detective. And I think of Hush, they could use that because Hush, in his introduction to the comics, the Batman Hush storyline, there was a lot of investigation going around. And Hush was used a lot of the other villains in his schemes. Joker got involved. Scarecrow, Riddler. Poison Ivy, Catwoman, even Superman got involved some way, unintentionally, but she got involved. And now Black Adam. Let's go to Black Adam. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. I wonder if it's gonna do something with how he became this tyrant and how he got his powers. And I wonder if they're gonna do an end credit scene with him appearing, relating to Shazam, because they're doing Shazam 2, and he's not going to be in Shazam 2, but maybe a future Shazam movie, or maybe a future Justice League movie, because I think he's a big enough villain to be in a Justice League movie. I mean, this is one of the things a lot of people wanted to see in the DCU, whether it's Snyderverse or not, was Henry Cavill's Superman versus The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam. Tell me you did not want to see it, because if you did not want to see that, I don't believe you for a second. Because I want to see it, and a lot of people I know want to see Superman battle Black Adam. Yeah, but Superman cannot be the one to beat Black Adam. It has to be Shazam, because it's a way, in wrestling terms, it's the way to get Shazam over. I don't know much about Our Man. So what characters I would like to see get movies, hero movies. Green Lantern again. We do Green Lantern. I don't care what version. I don't care. I don't think they have to go Sinestro. Maybe with the Red Lanterns. No, no, Red Lanterns is a future thing. Maybe. Maybe have Red Lanterns ready or the Green Lanterns established already, and have like the what are they called? Star Sapphires established, but one of them turns out to be and have Hal Jordan, have John Stewart, and whoever, and each of them have to build their own story in that movie, and you see Hal Jordan has a relationship with one of the Star Sapphires. You know, Carol Ferris, and then they have some national part of the Yellow Lanterns. And they explain his origin how he became the Yellow Lantern, and also then later on, if they later on have a battle with the Red Lanterns, or in Parallax, or something like that. And then maybe in the future, and I'm just spitballing here because I don't think they're ever gonna do this because it's Jeff. It's, people don't like Jeff Johns, but it's a Jeff Johns thing. Maybe in the future. Black Lanterns and have that whole Black Lantern storyline. But I don't think Warner Bros. Isn't going down that road. And for Superman, if I want Henry Cavill, I would like to see Superman get Man of Steel 2. And I think Zack Snyder confirmed it was going to be Brainiac and Man of Steel 2, which is good. I suspected that. So I would love to see that. Brainiac, Parasite, Metallo. Maybe it's Man of Steel 2. You're not. The government is not sold, and there's some people that are like out there to get killed. They're not stolen Superman, and want to get him killed, and so maybe they create Metallo, and then lace John Corbett or something. I forgot his name. I forgot Corbin, right? Corbin, right? I think it's his last name. They enlist Corbin to take down Superman. He agrees, but Brainiac gets involved, and they have to join forces or something. I don't mean make Metallo a good guy or something like that. I mean, for Wonder Woman 3 villains wise, I know a lot of people didn't think Wonder Woman 84. I didn't think it was that bad. But for Wonder Woman 3 villain wise, we need to see Diana take on something of her caliber because she's a goddess, and I'd like to see she's an Amazon, right? She has this power. She's a daughter of Zeus, and I like to see her take on something as close and comparable to her. And to me, well, Ares is gone. Cersei. Cersei's a perfect villain for her. And yes, they're gonna be like a lot of people. Oh, Cersei's rogue because she's against men and stuff. You're gonna have to change that a bit, and it'll change people into animals. But Cersei's a perfect villain. They explain the origins of Cersei, right? If you know the story, if you know the Greek origins of Cersei, in Greek mythology, then you know Homer's Odyssey. Check that up on Wikipedia or whatever. Homer's Odyssey and Cersei. And they could use that in this Wonder Woman 3. And there's a lot of villains. She could here's the thing. I don't think Giganta is gonna be a main villain in a Wonder Woman movie because I don't think she's that level of tier. But she could be in a seriously could create Giganta in Wonder Woman 3. It's possible. I mean, they can. Maybe Cheetah does come back and she lets Barbara Minerva become her Cheetah form again. I don't know. She has magic, right? She's a goddess after all. And in the comics, she does have a relationship with Ares. They have kids together. Yeah, so yeah. Just a minute. I like what Sergeant Rock. What else can you do? I mean, they could do a Booster Gold. I don't know what, but Max Out Lord, they already used him, right? You know what? Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Nope. Nope. Oops. I did something I shouldn't have done. And so Lobo movie. I was kind of joking about Lobo right here, right? I was kind of joking about this guy. This is Roman Reigns. If you're not into wrestling, this is Roman Reigns. This is The Rock's cousin, Dwayne Johnson's cousin, Roman Reigns of the famous Illinois family. If you know if you watched wrestling in the past, you know Yokozuna, The Rock, Rikishi. Yeah, this is The Rock's cousin. I joked around with him about being Lobo in the future DCU movie. I'm just joking with you guys there. And for video games, right? You know what? For video games. For DC on the DC side. Man, I'm going half an hour on DC. I didn't expect you to do that, man. So we're getting Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad coming out next year. They've been delayed. We're expecting something from the year, but you know they're coming out next year. And they should have made it not Walkstar. They should have made the same company that made the Batman Arkham Asylum, not Arkham Knight. It's Rocksteady, right? Rocksteady, and Arkham City. Everybody wanted to make a Superman game, and I agree. They should have made a Superman game. What was the last Superman game? 64, and you know that's a piece of junk. One of the worst games ever. Superman 64. They should also make a Justice League movie. Not Justice League movie, Justice League game. Not based. It doesn't have to be based on the movies of DCU, the Warner. It could be based on kind of like the Avengers, a separate universe, something like that. Kind of like the Avengers game. Yeah, they could have done that. Wonder Woman game, maybe. I don't know. They could have done. I mean, Marvel's been doing that. Marvel's been on Spider-Man and then the Avengers. Marvel's been doing mostly with Spider-Man, but they have the Marvel Ultimate Alliance. They had that for the Switch 3. But yeah. Hello, Anchorman. Anchorman, tell me in the comments, what movies would you like to see of certain characters from DC or Marvel or any other comic book characters? Doesn't have to be DC or Marvel that have not been announced. Like for example, I like to see a Spawn movie, and I'll get to that. Okay, Santana, yeah, good example. I think that's been announced, but I don't know. There's some sketchy details about that movie. Now let's go to the MCU, man. So, WandaVision just ended. Falcon Winter Soldier just ended, and we know we're getting Captain America 4. Okay. Loki has been moved up to 2 days earlier. Not July. June 9th or something. June 9th, I think it is. Or 11th. I don't know. It's on a Wednesday instead of a Friday. You know what, dude? Oh, a Batgirl movie is interesting. So, you know what you should do? Draw them and show it on Enosh's Discord. Show them. Show your talent, man. Show your drawings. And then we got Black Widow coming out July 9th. Premiere access on Disney Plus and theaters. This movie's coming out a year ago. I felt like this movie should came out like years ago. But it's my most of the Disney movies. My most interesting Disney movie because I'm just intrigued by it. Oh yes, it did. It was very good. And then we got Shang-Chi in September. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna watch it because it's Marvel. And what if maybe happening? We know that Miss Marvel. Okay, let me. It was very well done, man. It was very well done. And Miss Marvel is wrapped up. I think Hawkeye's wrapped up. So I don't know. I think Miss Marvel's coming out September. I don't have no idea. And then you got Eternals. You know, we only got a little bit of a tease of Eternals, right? Tease of Eternals. Not really a trailer, but not MCU. MCU Back to the Theaters thing. Anna Jolie, you know, Angelina Jolie. And then we're getting a Spider-Man. I know it's technically Sony, but it's still MCU. In December, we're getting 2 more shows. U.S. Agent. I think U.S. Agent will be in the future MCU property because we saw the last episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, you know he's gonna be in it. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. He'll be in it in some capacity, in MCU in some way. And then we got Doctor Strange in March. So She-Hulk is happening. The Marvels. Well, we for sure know the Fantastic Four is 100% happening. There's been no casting announcements. Unfortunately, it looks like Emily Blunt is not going to be in it. She kind of downplayed the rumors. I guess completely shut the rumors out. From her interviewing Howard Stern, it sounds like. Nice. Thank you, Throwback. I appreciate it. And Aaron Luster, thank you. Oh, really? I don't read Star Wars comics. I don't know why. And I haven't been reading comics lately because I can't collect them. I mean, I have enough room. Unfortunately. So yeah, as I was talking Fantastic Four, it's definitely happy. We have no casting. I expected to have nails to cast at an event. Disney likes to do, MCU likes to do that. Emily Blunt kind of said, "Yeah, I was gonna go back to this." Emily Blunt says, "I don't think she's doing it. I don't think superhero thing is her thing." She didn't say superhero movies are bad or not cinema. She didn't say anything like that. She just says it's not her thing. She appreciates it. Ah, man, I'm all good. But it sounds like she doesn't want to do it. She was gonna be Black Widow, and then she had obligations to another movie that was bad. And I got the feeling if she did get cast as Black Widow, she wouldn't do many movies as Black Widow as Scarlett Johansson did. That's what I got the sense from her when I watched that. But like, so the Marvel characters I like to see to get in movies. Well, there's been a lot of the characters I can think of are in the MCU now. Spider-Woman. Oh yes, I know it's ending. It's over with. Yes, I heard about it. Yep. Spider-Woman. I don't know who else. Nova. Who else in Marvel could they use? Because there's been a lot of used already. Oh, Miles Morales. I have no idea who else. And I did see the Venom and Carnage stuff. I have no idea who else they can use the MCU. If any characters you'd like to see introduced in the MCU has never been MCU, put in the comments, alright? Because Oh, I haven't seen your Spider Woman yet. One yet. I haven't seen your Spider Woman one yet. I'll check it out. Villains. Who do you think you use villains in MCU now? Galactus, Doctor Doom. Yeah, I think Doctor Doom's entering MCU. With the Fantastic Four, I have a pretty good suspicion. Doctor Doom's entering the MCU. Now, with Doctor Doom, they gotta do a better job of Doctor Doom, right? Because we know the last Doctor Dooms have been it's not very good, especially in the 2015 version of Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four. That was not a good Doctor Doom. Oh yeah, like other than I said, Galactus, Doctor Doom. I know Modak is getting his own show, I guess. I'm trying to think. We know Kang the Conqueror's entering MCU. Who else? I don't know, man. It's up to you. Draw whoever you want. But I don't know who else I can see in the MCU as a villain or a hero because they've been used a lot. We don't know I don't know his name in Thor 4: Love and Thunder. The butcher of the God Butcher. I don't know. I don't know his name. It's Christian Bale is who's playing. I don't know his name. Oh yeah, with here's what I think with Russell Crowe playing Zeus in Thor 4: Love and Thunder. I'm pretty sure Hercules is entering. Like I have no sources on this. I have nothing on this, but I'm pretty confident that Hercules is gonna enter the MCU. And they have plans to have Hercules enter the MCU. They're gonna introduce the Greek pantheon in some way into the MCU. They already have the Norwegian, the Nordic, the Viking pantheon, right? So why not? And Hercules to be like a Thor, like you're a god, I'm a god. Oh, okay. I mean, if the X-Men join MCU, I like to see Omega Red in some way. Redo Apocalypse, make him a threatening villain, not just to the X-Men, maybe to the Avengers. Magneto could be in it, a recasting Magneto. Sabretooth. But the thing with X-Men in the MCU, they gotta do a lot of things. There's gotta be a lot of explaining to. That stuff you gotta build up to. It's like how you gonna introduce. It's like the question is how you introduce the mutants in MCU. I mean, that's not for me to think about. But guys, I'm done talking about Marvel and DC, man. Let's go to some independent comics. Image, Dynamite Entertainment, and whatever. Now, tell me. Me too, man. They're the best. Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men. Here, Superman. I agree with you. The '90s ones are truly amazing classics. And yeah, So let's talk of Image. So if you watch Invincibles and Troopers Legacy, they're superhero, they're comics, but they're not properties of DC or Marvel. They're properties of this comic book company started by the creator, the creator of Venom, not the movie Venom, but the person who created Venom for Marvel, Todd McFarlane. He's the one who created Venom for Marvel. Without him, there's no Venom for Spider-Man to fight, to align with. And he got a bunch of people because he was tired. He wasn't getting along with Marvel. He did not like how Marvel was doing his stuff, taking control. As this is the 90s, so he left with a bunch of people and he started his own comic book company, independent company, called Image. And that's where Troopers Legacy and Invincibles comes from. But I'm not sure, man. What are you talking most about in Point Access Lounge? I'm not sure, but there's this one. His baby, on Image is his main thing on Image is the character of Spawn. And Spawn was very popular in the 90s. That movie in 97 was not very good. That really hurt Spawn. Because he was getting up there like to Superman, Batman heights in the 90s. But now, Tom McFarlane's been talking about doing a Spawn movie for like a long time. And he doesn't. And the only way for him to get Spawn off the ground is see if he could write it and direct it, because he doesn't want anybody to touch his baby and have creative control over Spawn. And I don't know. It looks like he was getting close to it like years ago. Apparently, Jamie Foxx was attached to play Spawn. Jeremy Renner, who's Hawkeye, was attached to play Twitch, a police detective. But I don't know what's going on with that. There's nothing in the news about that. News about Spawn. But I can tell you one thing. If Tom McFarlane finds a company that's willing to do it, that company has to agree that is most likely willing that Tom McFarlane have control, because Tom McFarlane doesn't want anybody to touch Spawn. He wants to be the one to write it, maybe even direct it and produce it, because Spawn is his baby. Spawn is like his child that he protects. It gets, it protects. It's overprotective with. He's overprotective, Spawn. What do you mean, ever seen him get unmasked? I mean, doesn't she get unmasked all the time? No? I'm not sure. But that's Spawn, and I love to see Spawn. And the movie, from what I've read about that movie is, what he wants is like Spawn to be a background character, like a mysterious character, and Jeremy Renner character Twitch, and his partner Sam, who detectives have to figure out what's going on. And this is how I see it. There's been a lot of deaths in Rat City, in New York. Rat City is like a. Okay, you're Iron Man. That's awesome, man. Rat City is a place in New York City that's for where a lot of homeless are, and Spawn's kind of protector of it. There'd be a lot of deaths happen there because of but now that Spawn's a protector, there's a lot of deaths of maybe of gangsters, and they're investigating it. And Sam and Twitch is like talking to one of the bums, like, there's no way this bum could have done this, because the way these gangsters have been dead, it's like maybe arms chopped off, limbs cut off and stuff, or decapitated, and it's like they find no weapons on the homeless, but they do have to interrogate them. Ask them questions like, do you know who did this? And they're like, Al, and they're like, who is Al? And they investigate Al, and then they find out more about the Simmons and the mysterious, and they talk about this, and then they find out more about this mysterious creature, and it's been, I don't know. and then maybe, or maybe as they're interrogating one, not interrogating, arresting one of the homeless men or whatever, like they mentioned out, and then Twitch sees on top a creature suffering in the shadows with a cape and green eyes glowing. And maybe he gets suspicious and investigates it. And that's Spawn. If they want to do Spawn like a background character. And then one day he goes there alone at night to find the Spawn character. And they meet up and Spawn's like, you shouldn't be here. And yeah. And Sam and Trish in the comics have a very good relationship with Spawn anyway, so yeah. You can develop from there because Spawn. He's not gonna trust you right away. He's gonna take a lot of time for Spawn to trust you. I mean, if you know his origin story, I don't blame him. But that's for Image. There's other Image characters. You got Savage Dragon out there. And maybe you could do something with him. Well, Shadowhawk, I don't know. I mean, what about like characters like Witchblade in The Darkness? Darkness would be such a great Darkness should be a movie too. Jackie Acasado, and they could do a crossover with Sarah Pazzini of Witchblade because they do have a relationship. They could do something like that. I mean, why not? Would you like to see a Darkness and Witchblade series or movie? And then we get the Dynamite Entertainment. It's, Green Hornet. I love Green Hornet. Kato. In the 2011 movie wasn't very well received. 2013 movie, The Lone Ranger. Not really part of the Green Hornet's way, but he's the Lone Ranger's descendant. It's like a descendant. The Green Hornet is the descendant of the Lone Ranger. That's the relationship there. Well, I'd like to do another movie or something, or a TV show. Why not a Green Hornet TV show? Why not? Hello there. Hey, Sir Nerla. So if you just came on, Sir Nerla, I'm talking about comic books, movies, and TV shows you'd like to see. They're not part of DC or Marvel. As I mentioned from Image, I like Spawn, Savage Dragon. You could talk about The Darkness, Witchblade, stuff like that. Dynamite, you could talk about Vampirella, Green Hornet, even a Lone Ranger comic or something like that. Because it seems like everybody talks about, when we're talking about comic books and people we watch, we all talk about Ninja Turtles, thank you. We all talk about DC and Marvel, man. But there's other good properties out there that are not DC and Marvel. People are praising Invincibles for one. That's Image. And yes, Jupiter's Legacy is not being high praised, but that's also Image. There's a lot of other stuff out there. Yeah, Ninja Turtles. I don't have any. Who are you planning to draw next? That's what I got. And I'll check it out. And Ninja Turtles, and you're right. Ninja Turtles was originally a comic book, a very violent comic book. Very violent. Ninja Turtles was not kid friendly at first, guys. Remember that. Ninja Turtles was very violent at one point. So, a Vampirella could do. There was a movie, a Vampirella movie, but not very good. People probably don't have never heard of it or know about it. It was the actress was Kitana in the first Kitana from the Mortal Kombat movies. Not this Mortal Kombat movie. From the Mortal Kombat 1 in Annihilation. That actress who played Kitana was Vampirella in the movies. I think it was in the 90s or something. I don't know. I mean, he's human, right? Of course. He probably breaks a lot of things. Gets sprains, bad necks, stuff like that. The amazing thing about this is it's amazing how he survives. Because there's only two I can think of. Invincibles. and Jupiter's Legacy has been too modern right now. Spawn's been what, almost 20 years ago, and then the HBO show is almost 20 years ago. Savage Dragon. You got there's other properties out there they could do. No, I don't. I'm sorry, man. I don't. I mean, I talked about a darkness. A darkness. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I think so. We just haven't been any updated on it. You know, it hasn't updated on Spawn. But darkness, Sir Nerd, I'm talking about like also darkness and Witchblade. You think there should be movies or not necessarily movies? It could be TV shows. I mean, I think a darkness TV show could be good. I think a Witchblade TV show could be good. What do you think of that? I mean, yeah, it won't be for kids, but but they could. I mean, why not Netflix or Amazon be like, yeah, we'll have a Witchblade, or HBO? Oh, HBO, I don't know. Why can't Netflix, Amazon, whatever streaming service be like, yeah, we want a Witchblade or Darkness, and you know what? They could do crossovers to those two series. I guarantee you, Darkness, Witchblade, or Spawn, whatever, if they want to do series, they get more attention to Jupiter's Legacy and The Boys. And if you play the Darkness video games, those games are amazing. And then we got yeah, that was good too. Airbender was good. And I think it was a good movie. And when I was talking about Dynamite Entertainment, we got Vampirella. They could do something like that. Oh man, you gotta check them out. Check them out on YouTube and stuff. Check out also Dynamite Entertainment. We got Green Hornet. Green Hornet could be a TV show. Yeah, Green Hornet could be a TV show. I'm just saying, and we're starting to see it though. We're starting. I'm just starting to see it. We're starting to see that more comic book properties are being adapted into Mike Zero, being more adapted into whatever media platforms, whatever media like video games, movies, TV shows. They're not DC or Marvel. We're starting to see it, but they're not the most popular ones. But people just talk about DC and Marvel as like, and I like DC and Marvel, man. But I also like the independents, because they're very good. And a lot of the best writers that are now in DC and Marvel have come from like Image, Dynamite, etc. One of my favorite writers for the Batman who did Batman stuff was Greg Capullo. You know what Greg Capullo did? Some amazing shit on Spawn. Yo, Mike Zero could make up all the fake rumors he wants about Brie and Kathleen Kennedy. Sunday show, remember, Anchorman. This Sunday, 2 Cents of Nonsense. Enosh and Johnny. I mean, it's adapt those guys. Come on, adapt those characters. They're freaking amazing characters. They're freaking amazing stories, comics. You could do a lot. You could do. There's a lot more. I'm just saying, there's a lot more than this DC and Marvel. That's all I'm saying, because yeah, you know what the problem with this show is? It's slow. It was too slow. It was, yeah, it was too slow. Like the build up was too slow. Like, spoilers here, they got their powers from that island, but like, what the hell was that island doing there in the first place? Like, what's the reason for that island doing there? Who gave them the powers? Like, was it gods? Was it aliens? How, like, I don't know, man. I love how they're talking about the code and stuff as times has changed. I did like the twist at the end, who the real villain is. But it's, I don't understand the backstory. So there's just a mysterious island there, and how somehow they just secret place in this island gives them, and then they each they're all prophesized to become these heroes, and the other times these other people are prophesized to become these heroes, but they die they die, but they didn't. But like, how did they come there? How's that alien there? How's that island there? How's that? Who just gave them the powers? Like when you have origin stories in movies, TV shows, or comics of characters, there's how did people get their powers? We know Batman. We know how Superman gets his powers. He's Kryptonian. He's yellow sun. We know how Wonder Woman gets his powers. We know Spider-Man. But how do these people get their powers? Like, yeah, they are Batman artists. Yeah. I mean, there's only 7 episodes, and I felt that. Oh man. I mean, when I look at what's his character, Utopian, whatever his name is, Josh Duhamel's character. Is he supposed to be Zeus? Is that island like part of Greek mythology or something? And Zeus gave him that power because when he gets old, when he's older, he has like the interpretations of Zeus, right? He has white hair and the right facial hair, right? Is he supposed to be like Zeus or something? Or I have no idea. And also, they wasted characters in that movie for like, and the kids are pieces. And the kids are jackasses. They went, oh my god, they're jackasses. And they're such hypocrites. They do coke and stuff when they're trying to save out the world. Remember that club? They're doing crack. I'm just gonna say this like that. I really don't like talking about this stuff, Anchorman, to be honest with you. I just think people in the FMNS, not all people, you just have to open up their mind and stop being narrow-minded. That's all. And guys, I think I'm gonna end my show there. End my show. So yeah, thank you for listening, man. So my Twitter's down below. Follow me there if you want. Also, before I let you guys go, I'm gonna give you something to look at, to watch. Where can I find it? Oh yeah, before I go, yes, Darkman with Liam Nielsen. Yes, I think it was. I mentioned this on somebody's stream a couple weeks ago about Darkman, and I completely agree with you. They do need a reboot. And yeah, thank you for Anchorman. Thank you for. Before I let you guys go, here's something to watch you with.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
So that's how I think about you guys. So I'm gonna do a sports show tomorrow. I gotta set it up. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you're not watching on a live stream, comment below whenever you can watch it. Subscribe, like, share, do whatever. Comment below about what movies, TV shows, video games you like to see from DC and Marvel, or from the independent companies too. Remember, Remember, before I let you guys go, there's more than DC and Marvel. Thank you for listening. Take care, everybody.